That's referee Jerry Calhoun. Everybody, well, almost everybody climbing up to the ring. Jimmy Hart and Gypsy Joe wandering around the ring, ringside right now. Gypsy Joe challenging some fans out there. Let's get him up there in the ring.
As if you don't have enough trouble with Gypsy Joe, you got Jimmy Hart out there with Gypsy Joe. Right. Beautiful, yeah.
This is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit.
Out there, look, I can't believe it, man.
One-fall, 15-minute time limit match from...
Forget it.
Never mind, yeah.
Here we go, Gypsy Joe and Tommy Wildfire Riches. Joe out there making the noise with the spectators, and Tommy Wildfire came up and got it started in a hurry, and the referee said, just go ahead and do it to it. Jimmy Hart all the way down the ring by the corner, and the referee Jerry Calhoun, who Hart has been complaining about for months, will be having some things to say, I'm sure, to Hart before it's over with. Wildfire, Gypsy Joe tying it up. One fall, 15 minutes, good clean break by Tommy. Oh, you believe he's hollering about pulling hair. The string was pulled on that one, boy. He really ripped him over and down with that arm. Ooh, Gypsy Joe, big chop. Tommy Rich coming firing right back, and there's Hart down again. And Joe going after Tommy, and Tommy not taking a thing. He's giving as good or better than he gets.
Tommy Rich able to slip around behind him there and get Gypsy Joe down to the mat. He's working that, got the arm back up in a hammer, putting the pressure on.
We got coming up several more matches on Championship Wrestling. We'll be taking a look at Eddie Hogan, who is the Big Hulk. Hogan's brother. We'll be looking at Eddie in here going against David Oswald a bit later. Great Exploration of Time match with Valiant and the Dream Machine against Rick Morton and Eddie Gilbert. Timeout.
Lots of conferences between Jimmy Hart and Gypsy Joe.
Hart keeps moving that chair. He's going to be all the way around in Rich's corner before this thing's over with. Head scissors. Tommy Rich holding Gypsy Joe. Gypsy pulled up in the air and driven down into the mat. Nice move by Tommy.
2.5 minutes gone. All up at action.
Calhoun asking, you want to give it up, Joe? That's not going to be a likely thing. Underneath the ropes, that is also a good move. Uh-oh, Tommy's in a bad position. He's hooked under the rope. And Gypsy Joe, oh, sit down, Jimmy. That's nice. Rich caught down underneath the rope. Gypsy Joe taking advantage of it. Referee breaking it up twice, and again, Joe going after that throat. And now, Rich out from underneath the ropes. Gypsy Joe ripped him across the eyes. This Gypsy Joe, a tough son of a gun. And Tommy Rich showing he's a pretty tough customer himself, but Joe gets out onto the 1 count. Tommy right back in with a front face lock on the knees. Quick as Joe started to back up, Tommy followed him right out there and hooked that face lock on him. Joe up, though, and plants a knee up alongside the head of Tommy Rich. Rich caromed off the top turnbuckle. And right as the 2 count was stolen, the referee did get a break out of it, but not before Joe slipped one in on Tommy Rich. Champion.
Gypsy Joe making liberal use of the fist and the chokehold so far.
Yes, sir. Pops Tommy off that top rope, comes right in behind him. Gypsy Joe, Tommy Rich.
Almost 5 minutes gone.
One fall, 15-minute time limit bout with Joe and Tommy Rich. Yeah, Jimmy Hart hollering, Wildfire done run out of gas. Joe's siphoning him. Not hardly. Lance Russell and Dave Brown with championship wrestling action. We're about 1/3 the way through of the time limit on this match. The referee saying you got a chokehold now, break it up, and he does. We're going to have to promote a battle between Hart and referee Jerry Calhoun, man. Hart is on his case constantly, and I think the referee does a admirable job of ignoring most of it, but he just every now and then gets fed up with the big mouth that Jimmy lays on him. Gypsy Joe applying the pressure. Tommy's head bent over and leaning on it from one side. Question is he on the throat? He still looks like he is now. He's jerked back off the feet, but look at Rich again. Tommy trapping, battling, trying to get out of it. He's up, elbow. Rich following into the corner, whips Joe across the ring. Another elbow. And Gypsy has run out of a little gas himself.
He fell into the ropes and then right off the apron down on the floor. Look out, he's crawling around under the ring.
Crowd hollering to Tommy, look out for him. He's underneath the ring. Jimmy Hart. Yeah, it didn't work. As soon as he came up, Rich got a hold of him, hammered his head right into the ring post. Give an assist to our studio audience on Championship Wrestling there, Dave.
Right. Now, Jimmy Hart was trying to convince Tommy that Joe was still over here on this side, saying, come on up, Gypsy Joe, come on, Joe.
Yeah. While Joe was begging for mercy to try to get Tommy Rich to lower his guard, Tommy came in, nailed him, drops on him, but a 1 count's all he can get.
7.5 minutes gone, so we're halfway through the time limit.
Front face lock going for a suplex. Tommy slipped in behind him, rushes him to the rope, but Joe held. And look at Rich, flying press, beauty. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love that series. Woo!
Oh, some kind of balance Tommy Rich
yeah.
has, boy.
Jerry Calhoun just gave a fast count. 1, 2, 3.
He didn't give any fast counts, Jimmy. Blaming it on the referee instead of putting the word in. Yeah. Another cheap win. Great move.
Yeah,
Tommy
fantastic.
rushing him in, but Joe held on to it, and Joe popped him back off, and Tommy right back over in the somersault upcut him, coming off great flying press. Beautiful move.
7 minutes, 54 seconds.
7 minutes, 54 seconds. Wildfire